Okay.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Let's get started with the webinar. We have a whole ton of slides. So the slides will be, this PowerPoint will be posted on the website, but we'll email it to you as well so you can read it in detail. But because there's so many slides, we're just going to kind of glide through them and you can read them later. We wanted to give you as much information about the different positions and what the club, the committees do so that you can see what is entailed in that position or that committee. So I apologize, it's information overload, but wanted to give you a lot of information that you might want. And then it helps us with getting the description, the job descriptions for the positions. Okay, so we're going to start with our vision statement for Rotary International, and we should know this kind of by heart already. Is together we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe and in our communities and in ourselves. So with that in mind, we know that the heart of Rotary is our members, okay, and we all share this passion for community service and friendship. And so how does Rotary International and the district support the members and the clubs? And that's what we're going to go find out today with these positions and committee descriptions. And hopefully you'll see that there is something that you might find interesting or that you might use your vocational skill or your passion in and help us support the clubs. Okay, so Rotary's structure is made up of three parts. So it's the clubs and the members, Rotary International, and the Rotary Foundation. So that is our triangle, our structure that we work on. So we're going to start with the district first, and then we'll end up with the big picture with Rotary International. So for District 5000, the first club was the Rotary Club of Honolulu, and it was chartered in 1915. You know, when I tell people we were here from 1915, they're pretty surprised at that. But we've grown to 53 clubs, and that includes 2 E-clubs, satellite clubs, 2 community core, 7 Rotaract, and 57 Interact clubs. So, you know, we're a force not to be dealt. You know, they need to see that we are in force in the community, doing a lot of good things to make a difference. So who are our district governors? We have the district governor, the vice governor, district secretary, treasurer, finance committee, assistant governors, and then the travel coordinator. So in our policy manual, these are listed as our district officers. Okay, so we have committees and we have standing committees. And just note that for the district committees, the duties, the committee structure, the positions may change from year to year depending on the needs of the club and what the DG's goals and discretion is, and also the skill of the chairs. So we are listing everything here, but just know that it may change from year to year. Okay, so our district committees, the qualification, according to our policy manual, they need to be active members in good standing in a club in our district. Okay, a past district governor, past assistant governor, a past president, other committee members, or people who have expertise or had participated in training are good members of committees in the district. So guess what? Our policy manual lists these, all of these committees. The foundation membership, training committee, public image, finance committee, those are pretty the standard ones. And Rotary International requires us to have these committees. But what are some of the other committees that we might have? It would be district conference, the nominating committee, the RI convention, youth service, and other avenues of service. So these are committees that we need to run our district in order to support the clubs. And they need resources to help with getting the clubs to operate efficiently as well. Okay, so let's start with the Rotary Foundation. And here to talk about the committees and positions is past District Governor Laura Stillquist. Laura, take it away.
You know what? Laura's mic is muted. Okay.
I'm unmuting. Sorry.
Okay.
I was going off the earlier version that I thought there were going to be a few more slides, so I wasn't quite prepared. Anyway, so as you see on the slide, right, the responsibilities and duties of the Rotary Foundation District Committee is, as Rich Ziegler likes to put it, the Rotary Foundation is actually the engine that drives all of the good that we are able to do in Rotary. Our main goal is to provide education to the clubs, to motivate the clubs, to get them excited about the good work that they can do with the money they collect, to provide training for members of the club who would like to learn more about the foundation, and to set up with foundation chairs hopefully the ability for them to provide training within their own clubs. Okay. So the subcommittees of our Rotary Foundation Committee are the Annual Giving Committee. This year that's led by Rich Ziegler. He would like to have more committee members. We would like to have more members on each one of these committees to make them more effective. The Permanent Fund Committee, Planned Giving, Major Gifts, works real closely with Ben Yarrow at Rotary International, and that's led this year by Wynn Schoeneman. The Rotary Peace Fellowships Committee is led by past District Governor Lisa Foster. The Scholarship Committee is led by our own Alan Kusunoki. I understand you're on the call there, Alan. The Grants Committee is led by Mark Harbison, with this year Kelly Myers participating with the district grants as well. But that committee could use more help and more involvement. The Polio Plus Committee, Rich Corson has taken over this year and has really gotten excited about it. Danielle Lum is working with him, but again, I know he would invite many more people to get involved. Our Paul Harris Society coordinator is Paul Jerzak from Honolulu Sunset. So he and Rich Ziegler are working hand in hand with the annual funds and trying to encourage more people to join the Paul Harris Society as a means of us reaching our goals. We don't actually have a vocational training team committee under the Rotary Foundation. Vocational training had been separate. So that's one of those things that we'll talk with Naomi about how that would be organized for the future. Our alumni committee is headed by Steve Dyer. And this is one of those areas that I think we have a great deal of potential if we can just find, identify, and get all of those alumni involved. And then the District Stewardship Audit Committee are actually two committees. Ron Young is in charge of the audits, and Phil Sammer is our ombudsman in case there's any wrongdoing or questionable practices that people need to report. Again, I'm not going to go through all of this, but basically the annual fund committee, as you know, the annual funds are what drive us every single year. We have in the past had close to $400,000 in giving. That has slowly been decreasing. We would like to get more people involved so that we can explain better to people the importance of the annual fund so that we can grow that number again, so that we'll be able to do more good in the world. And also because half that money comes back to our district for us to use however we want to, directly under our control. The recognitions are a huge part of the annual fund committee. We have all of the banners have just arrived for last year's major giving for clubs. So we will be going out and presenting those in the next month for October and November, so that everybody. But the idea is that everybody works together, so that those Rotarians in the district who have the ability to participate more fully in foundation giving, but just don't know how, can reach that can get that information. The Endowment Major Gifts Committee is changing every year. This is, again, Beth Garrow is coming out to Hawaii in January, when we'll be having our foundation dinner, January 11th. And she would like to make appointments and talk with people about ways that they can set up their estates and trusts so that the Rotary Foundation becomes a big part of their estate plans. Anything that you can do through any recognized Merrill Lynch or anybody else, you can do through the Rotary Foundation. So we would like to make sure that people, Rotarians, understand they can leave a legacy. The Rotary Peace Fellows Fellowships Committee, again, Lisa has been working by herself. We really need to get her some help because she's got a lot of different irons in the fire. So if we could get some people to come on board and learn how to do that. The Peace Scholars are a huge investment that Rotary makes, but an even greater benefit that we get back. And if you have heard Peace Fellows talk, then you will understand what an incredible group of people there are. And if there is hope for peace in the world in the future, they're going to be a big part of it. You can read these. It's just the 50 fellowships for master's degree and certificate studies at premier universities. So again, as part of that peace program, but in a smaller amount of time and more, so that there can be more people involved with the same amount of money involved. Okay, and Alan, who leads our scholarship committee. These are what we used to call the ambassadorial scholars. They're now called global scholars because they are actually a global grant that is put in for the scholars. The scholarships have been broadened. You can do the same person can get a second-year scholarship, which is really huge for those people doing master's studies. And it's a $30,000 scholarship, so it is actually significant. And it also has to be in one of our areas of focus so that guarantees that the people who are participating in this are enhancing Rotary's mission and can come back to the district and have an impact on the people that are here. Alan, I'm sure if he's unmuted, would say yes. It would be nice to have 2 or 3 more people working with me on this, because the more we can submit, the more likely we will be able to get scholars recognized.
Yes, I would say yes.
Thank you. District grants and global grants. The district grants, I know we've just gone through in great, huge detail. The clubs have all gotten their money by now, I hope, have cashed their checks by now, I hope, and have started their projects by now, I hope. So that we will be getting some of those reports back in on things that have been accomplished. I know the Bali group is back, so all of those have been accomplished. Again, the district grants are a way that we can just look at what's happening in our community and around the world, and on a very short time frame can make a huge difference. We are going to be opening up a second round just as soon as we see that all the first round checks are cashed. So if for some reason you know of a club that hasn't cashed their check, tell them they're holding up the process. Let's get it done. District grants are really great because it's so easy for everyone to do. The clubs can understand it, and they can frequently see the impact. Then our global grants, November 1st is the deadline for deciding where clubs want to spend their global grant money. Mark Harbison, James Ham working really closely with the International Service Committee, have given blessing to 6 different projects that are out there. They're all on the district website. I don't have to go through them here, but again, it's a beautiful way to leverage your money, because every dollar that you spend from your club is matched so that it's a 3.5 time impact. So it's a wonderful program. Okay. The Polio Plus Committee, we're right in the heart of Polio Plus right now. As you know, October 24th is Polio Plus Day. I know Diamond Head just had a fundraiser. I heard from Honolulu Bay that they've raised over $2,000 at miniature golf. There's a Rotary fundraiser this Thursday night. Everybody should be going to, hopefully, that's on island. And we're hoping to have a big impact because we need to get polio to 0. That is still our goal. We will not stop until we are there. And the good news is that Rich and Danielle are coming up with some really great ideas to help clubs find out ways to raise money for polio. Paul Harris Society Coordinator is Paul Jerzak, right? And what he's doing is encouraging people to commit to giving $1,000 a year, every year that they're able. It's really simple, especially if you do it through Rotary Direct. You can do it monthly, annually, quarterly, however is easiest for you. But once you've made that commitment, you really don't have to think about it anymore. And then you can just give additional sums on your birthday or other times that you want to. The recognition is great, and you get invited to some special things through the foundation. Okay. And then the Vocational Training Team Committee, we'll have to find out who's doing that, and we'll bring them in under us. I guess they're working with the alumni chair, so I will try to fill that gap and get it moving under Eric and Naomi's direction. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. And then the alumni committee, we have so many alumni from this district that we lose track of. And they can be, you can have a conversation with people that you've known for a long time and suddenly find out that they were an ambassadorial scholar. And they appreciate it. It makes a difference in their lives. So we need to take advantage of them and get them back and involved. And you know who alumni are. You can read it in detail. And then the stewardship committee just keeps us honest, helps keep the Rotary Foundation with that highest charity navigator rating for the last 12 years, so that people understand that when they give us their money, it is going to be treated the way they would like their money to be treated. And it will only be used for the projects it's supposed to be used for. And we audit it, and we make sure that we in this district are doing what it is that we need to do to keep the Rotary Foundation strong and clean. And that's the goals of and the role that the overall foundation committee works on, is working together, trying to make sure that we keep the foundation strong, that everybody understands the foundation and the benefits that it can have, and that everybody's kind of on the same page. Okay. And you know where I am if you have any questions. Oh, am I doing international service too, or is Murray on?
You're doing international, please.
I'm doing international. Well, the good news is I'm part of the international service team, as is James Ham, who is the grants assistant, and Mark Harbison, the grants coordinator. And what they do is they help people write global grants. They give them ideas. We get first-time people involved. Last year we had 2 first-time global grant participants, and those were the first 2 global grants in this district that were approved last year. So they did a great job. They've learned, and now they're working with other people to make sure that when our global grants are submitted, RI doesn't have too much that they have to question them about. And so we've got this great international service team, which is those people who have that expertise to share with everyone else. And then we also can connect people who have questions with a huge group of Rotary International technical advisors who can also help in putting together and following through and making sure that global grants are getting accomplished. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Laura. And we'll move on to Membership Development Committee, and that is Past District Governor Nalani Flynn.
Well,
Okay, Nalani.
if I would unmute myself, you might be able to hear me. I'm so sorry, everyone. This is Nalani Flynn. Welcome, everyone. Our Membership Development Committee, currently right now, I am the chair. We have 3 additional parties in the committee. As your slide shows, that this position, chair, is a 3-year term. And along with me, my subcommittees is new club development chair and membership attraction and engagement chair. Right now, the new club development chair, we are still looking for someone. We had, but he was unable to meet the timeline commitment because of his job, and so we wish him well. But the membership attraction engagement chair is Connie Ichinosi from the Rotary Club of Hilo. As you can see, is a 3-year position. We also have another person by the name of Conrad Ike, and he is doing our marketing and our communications chair. And so the 3 of us, well, actually with plus me, it would make 4, have been doing really well. And there's another committee member that's not listed here, and that is Carol Riley, who is online, and she has been doing our membership lead, meaning that she takes the information from RI, those who are inquiring about Rotary and becoming a member, and she follows through by interviewing them and sending them to the different clubs or their presidents or the assistant governors if it is on an island that she is not familiar with. Next slide. Qualifications of a membership committee, of course, have to be a Rotarian, hopefully in good standing, and who has done a real good job in inviting people to join Rotary and have a passion for service and giving back and making a difference. And of course, those who have served as club committee members will have an idea of an engagement and attracting, letting people know why you joined Rotary and share your story and all the projects that you have done. And we don't want to keep it a secret. We want to get the word out there. Next. Membership committee duties, responsibilities, in collaboration with DG Eric and other leaders, we try to come up with a plan of how we're able to retain our membership right now. all the clubs are suffering as far as keeping their members or making it of value and of attraction. And a lot of this also having to do with cost. So our team has trying to come up with some ideas of how we can help the clubs. Promoting the club leadership plan, that one I have to take a look at. And of course, we are available, anyone on the team, to assist and help you in any way that we want to. We are a resource. If there's anyone in the neighbor islands who would like to become a part of our committee, we welcome the opportunity, since you know your members on the different islands and are able to reach out to them. Let's see. Of course, you know that there are goals each club comes up with. But I have to say, when I went to pull up the current report today, out of 53 clubs, only 20 clubs have gone to Rotary Club Central and put their goals in. So we are still behind. So those of you who are online, I would ask that you go back to your club and ask your president or your membership chair if they have gone online to put the information there. You know, you've got to set a goal of where you want to be, and that's the first step, okay? Let's see, provide recognition. Okay, well, we know that RI, President Mark, has a goal. I hope you get a chance to take a look at presidential citation. And of course, our DG Eric also has a goal, so take a look at that and strive, you know, to improve that, and that would help more members, more hands, more money, more fellowship, and more engagement working together on your service project. And as we know, that members is what makes the club. Next. Club Development Committee, that's for new club. That's the one where I said that we're still looking for someone who loves sharing Rotary, who loves bringing more people. I look at this as there are opportunities on each island. As I shared with my committee, you know, I would like to see some e-clubs on the neighbor islands, and I think that is possible for those who are not coming or attending traditional clubs. Maybe this will be an opportunity for them to give back their talent, share their talents, and help out in service projects, is to maybe have an e-club also that they can be a part of. So that's one of the things that I'm looking at, and as you can see, there are other things there. Next, Traction Engagement Chair. Okay, that would be, as I mentioned to you, Connie Ichinosi, recruitment, Spain, paying special attention to small and weak clubs. Those of you out there who are doing well, take a look at your neighbors. The other clubs are your neighbors. They are your family, and come out and support them if you notice that if they are weak as far as attendance and fellowship, maybe you can engage them to join you on your service project. Check membership leads. That is something that Carol is taking care of, and she has gone back to look from the beginning of this Rotary year, July 1st, to see where we're at and follow up on the people, and that's what we want to do. We've got to get them as quickly as we can. District-wide development activities, we need to talk about that with our committee. But as I had mentioned, that we are available to speak at your clubs and help in whatever way that we can. Next.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and we'll have some time afterwards for question and answer. But our next committee is training committee, and Benson Medina is the district trainer for next year, and he's already thinking of some plans on that. So Benson, take it away.
Hey everyone, it's Benson from Hilo. So I know I'm just kind of scrolling down here, so I know a lot of you. So you know, welcome to the webinar. I only got 2 slides, so it's going to be pretty quick. So my job basically is to try to coordinate all the information, and just from what Laura had to say, what Nalani had to say, there's a lot of information out there. So my goal is actually to work with the people that are disseminating that information out, which is primarily the president, right? So I'm going to work closely with the president-elects and the assistant governors so that we can come up with a coordinated plan that can help presidents not just manage all this information, but to operate and manage their clubs, because I think, having been club president twice, that a lot of it is the information, but a lot of it is learning to manage all the stuff that the club has to do and involving other people in it. So it's not, it's not just the president having to do everything. Long term, I'm hoping to build a team of people that will take on the district training, because, those of you who have had corporate careers or military or wherever you came from, or whatever your background is, it's really all about the training. And so you get good training, you get good results. So this is a list of the different training options there are, but my goal is going to be really to focus on the bottom one, which is leadership development, because I think that the future of our Rotary really depends on our leadership line, and that we have to develop leaders. So it shouldn't be uncommon for a club now who struggles to find out who's going to be the next president-elect, that hopefully we can develop a plan where you could have 4 or 5 presidents kind of lined up in a leadership line. So another slide, one more slide.
Marks a lot.
The colored one?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are some of the things that we're going to be kind of concerned with. So, I would encourage you, if you have interest, if you have education background or corporate training or anything like that, that we could work together to put together. And what I'm envisioning is kind of a leadership certificate program, so that if a president goes through an entire, it's 18 months now from the time that you start your pre-pets all the way to the time you finish, goes through that you get a certificate of some kind at the district level, and certainly at the district governor level. So, and then to build a strong network of club trainers, because if the people aren't in the club don't have a way to manage all this information that comes and processes set up, then they'll struggle. So my goal is to try to minimize that struggle. So anyway, that's Benson from Hilo signing out. So you can get a hold of me, through Nalani or Naomi or whoever wants to get a hold of me. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Benson.
Okay.
Okay, so moving on to public image, and you may have heard this as referred to as public relations, but it's a PI person now. So public image covers not only the outward but the inward responsibilities. So they're working with the public on press releases and announcements, how we put up our banners, but also internally with working with the clubs and looking at how the clubs can enhance the public image. So at assemblies and other training webinars, your PI group will help with educating our clubs on what to do on the Rotary brand and publicity. So in the future, we hope to have people on each island who are able to help the clubs with press releases or any kind of public image help that the clubs may need. So that person might help with a press release to the public about a fundraiser or a project or some announcement with the club. Okay, so within the club, the public image committee, you have a webmaster or a coordinator, and on that team, you would have someone who maybe does the design, maybe someone else who does the articles or stories on the website, someone else who might coordinate newsletters and bulletins. So it's not one person to do the website. It's a lot of work. So they need a team of people who can get that going. And last year, WIN put on the website a page for each island. And so we can have reporters, editors, contributors to put in the stories on those pages so that we can have
Rich. You got money for me? I don't. Not yet.
Okay, I'm going to mute Harvey. Sorry about that. Okay, so the website coordinator will coordinate the team of people. Okay, so for community service, the community service team will be looking at projects, helping the clubs with organizing projects, looking at connections with partners, organizations that might help with the projects. Then you have youth service, and on youth service, we have the Interact, Rotaract, RILA, Rotary Youth Leadership Awards, and Youth Exchange. And next, we're thinking of we're thinking of also having a youth leadership academy, and so the dean of the academy would work on leadership skills seminars for the interactors, rotaractors, their officers, and developing those leaders. So on Maui, Mary Albitz has agreed to be the dean of the youth academy. So we will be looking for members of that team to help with the interactors and rotaractors. When you think about how many Interact clubs we have 57. Some of them are inactive right now. Some of them are terminated but really are active. There's a whole lot of opportunities there working on the youth service group. Okay, so for RILA, every island has RILA, and at RILA Camp, they're learning leadership skills, they're learning to engage, and they're looking for mentors, counselors, rotaractors to help with that, that program. Then we have Youth Exchange. You know, Youth Exchange, people have gone, the students that have gone through the exchange, they say it's life-changing because you learn about a different culture, a different atmosphere, a different learning experience, and it really motivates them to go on to other things. So this program is for high school students ages 15 to 19. We took a little break from it right now. We do need people on each island to manage the youth exchange program because there is a big risk because we're taking care of someone else's child. And there are other forces out there that are not so nice that we need to really make sure that we're protecting our youth. So Youth Exchange, Tom Gross on Kauai has agreed to look into that and is going to training, and he'll be developing a program and a proposal to get Youth Exchange up and running again. There's the New Generation Service Exchange where university students, young professionals would go and do a humanitarian project. So that's something I don't think our district has done before, but that program is out there that maybe if someone wanted to take it up, that it could happen. I've heard of other districts taking interactors and rotaractors to other countries to do a humanitarian program. I believe the Rotary Club of Honolulu did take interactors to Cambodia when they built the school. So it is possible, and it is a really great experience for the students. Okay, then we have District Conference Committee, and Alan Kusunoki is our District Conference Chair for next year, and our District Conference, Alan, is going to be on the Big Island, right, to celebrate the 100 years of Hilo Club on the Big Island. So that, I hope, will be a really big celebration. But Alan, what do you need? You need a lot of people to help in the committee, yeah?
Exactly. I need individuals who are going to be, especially on the Big Island, on the east of Ice side, because we are going to have it in Hilo. But there are a lot of things that we have to prepare for early on, even now, to put together a good conference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it takes a whole team of people to put this together, and we have meetings, constant meetings on making sure that we've got everything taken care of, that somebody's remembering to bring the lei or remembering to do the program, making sure we got everything in the program we're supposed to, silent auction. So we're going to need a lot of help. And so Big Island folks, we're really going to count on them, but it doesn't mean that the committee member needs to be on the Big Island, because we do need help on other things.
That's very true. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So the responsibilities of people on the committee would be to take care of the nitty-gritty, but we also need to remember that we have a president's representative, that we need an aide for that person. We need to slot them in to speak. We've got a report on the district. We've got official business. We've got a lot of things that we need to cover at the district conference. But thank you, Alan, for stepping up to take care of that big, humongous task. And to celebrate the 100 years on the Big Island is going to be some awesome event. I know it.
Yeah.
Okay, nominating committee. And the nominating committee is gearing up for the applicants to the district governor position. And by the way, the nominations, the applications are due on November 1st if you're interested in applying for a district governor. But the nominating committee is made up of 5 people. And what they're going to do is they're going to look at the applications, ask questions in an interview, and they make sure that it's a fair process and open process. So the committee is made up of there are more than 5 people, 5 past district governors plus 4 past presidents, 1 from each island. And so the 9 people are on the committee to listen to the applicants and their answers in the interview and make the decision. Okay. Finance committee. The finance committee, chaired by Laurie Yoshida, has 5 people on the committee, and they work with the governor to supervise the funds, look over the budget. They prepare the budget, recommend the budget, make sure we're on target with the budget. Also make sure that we got our annual reports, our financial statements done in a timely manner and submitted in the proper process. Okay, so more positions. We have this thing called a past district governor advisory council. And so the purpose of that is to give some guidance and direction. They're not really controlling the district or directing the governor, but they've got a lot of experience under their belts, and so they give a lot of guidance and put in a lot of 2 cents. So a lot of 2 cents on the table. So at least two meetings each year, maybe 3 or 4, depending on what's going on. Okay, then we have a ombudsman or ombudsperson. I don't know how different people say that, but this person is responsible for investigating problems, any misuse, mismanagement of district grant money, any concerns over grants. They may look into complaints and investigate and do a recommendation. Then we have the district secretary. The district secretary is knowledgeable about Rotary, so they answer a lot of questions from the officers of the clubs about a lot of things, how to put things into club runner, how to do attendance, what the criteria is for different positions. A lot of information is needed for the district secretary to answer or to look for the answers to be able to respond to the clubs. They take minutes. So Beth Hoban is our district secretary next year. So Beth will be taking minutes of the district meetings and keeping a record of what we need to do, what was said, and like a track record of what we've done. And the district secretary may train the club secretaries at the district training assembly. Okay, district treasurer. District treasurer is the one that's keeping the books for the district, paying the bills, taking in the payments, making sure that we're on target for our budget. They're maintaining the books in a proper manner. They comply with federal and state regulations, the tax regulations, and they do the reimbursements for anything from the district funds. Then we have the travel coordinator. And travel coordinator right now is Jamie Apuna from East Honolulu. And any flight that the district is paying for needs to be done through the travel coordinator. So this would be like the DG visits to the neighbor island, our AGs going to pets, our travel team going to do seminars on the islands. This is what the travel coordinator does. So they would need to make sure that we're looking at the best prices, the best time to fit the travel needs of the person. And they keep track of any travel that's approved by the district governor. Okay, then we have island resource teams. So this is gearing up for next year, where the team leader will have subject matter experts on island to assist the clubs. So if somebody needs a press release, they don't know how to do it, they don't know where to send it, they can call on the resource team to help them on it. If someone is having a foundation event and maybe the membership or public image person may want to assist on putting a foundation information in there or membership information. So this is how we can work together to come up with cover all bases when we have events. Okay, assistant governors. So most of the committee members and team leaders to be there 1 to 3 years, depending on their situation, their commitment. For assistant governors, it's 1 year, but it could be renewed up to 3 years at the discretion of the then district governor. So as a district assistant governor, you're responsible for connecting the clubs in the district, and the relationships you build with the club leaders really helps to make the district and Rotary stronger. Okay, so what are the qualifications for an assistant governor? These are the minimum criteria. Active membership in good standing in the district for at least 3 years. You have to have been a president of a club for a full term. They're willing. They have outstanding performance at a district level, or they could be future leadership in the district. So these assistant governors are district appointees. They're not officers of Rotary International, but they're appointed on the annual basis. Okay. Recommended that no past district governor serves as an assistant governor. So district governor can make exceptions, however. So requirements of the assistant governor is to attend training seminars, attend pre-pets, pets training, training assemblies, advise the incoming district governor on committee selections, promote the conference, the convention, district meetings, foundation programs. So a lot of cheerleading for the assistant governor. The responsibilities, so meet with, assist the incoming club presidents and the presidents when they take office, help them with goals, reviewing the plans, attending assembly with them, helping with the district governor visits, visit the clubs regularly, keeping the district governor posted on the progress, and if the clubs need assistance, seeing how we can bring in resource people, experts to help the clubs with whatever issue or next step that they want to do. Okay, so the assistant governor is there with the club presidents in the community of a club, so they can help identify future district leaders and maybe develop leaders for the district or for their careers or careers in the club. Okay. We may have a chief of staff or a lead AG depending on what the needs are, and so the lead AG's chief of staff would coordinate the efforts of the district governor and maybe some other things depending on what the governor needs. Okay, so here we go. Here's the district governor, and the district governor qualifications are, okay, they need to be a member in good standing in a functioning club in the district. They, I'm sorry, they have served as president of a club for a full year or a charter president. They demonstrate willingness, commitment, ability. They have knowledge of qualifications, duties, responsibility of the governor. We have a lot of information in the district policy manual and on the Rotary International website. There are manuals for the district governor-elect, and nominee that helps with what that position should be doing and helping the assistant governors and clubs. So the district governor is the chief executive officer of the district, and that person will supervise the activities according to the policy manual and the Rotary International Manual of Procedures. They preside at the conference and other district meetings. They work with the AGs. And as district governor-elect, there's a lot of training, or even nominee, there's a lot of training that goes into preparing that person for their position. So, for instance, the governor nominee would go to governor nominee training, and that's a week. There's a district governor-elect training, another week. That's the following year after nominee. There's international assembly. So these are some of the training that you are required to attend, and those are one each, plus Zone Institute, which is another 5 days or so. So there's a lot of training that prepares that person for their position when they take office. So you're training like 2 years before you take office and thinking about what needs to be done, who we need to put into key positions in the district. So the district governor-elect will do the spring training. So next year's spring training in March, April, May, that would be our team and Benson's team coordinating the content. Okay, we plan the district conference for that year. So the district conference in 2021 would be something that the district governor-elect right now is planning for. And then we look at how the clubs are qualifying for grants or grant training. We appoint the assistant governors and committee chairs, and then we work with the district leadership team. So as a nominee, you learn a lot about the district and how it works, and about Rotary International. So the district governor, this is what the district governor needs to do: strengthen clubs, organize new clubs, grow membership, encourage contributions and support to the foundation, promote the positive image, and you can read through these things that the district governor does. And the district governor really cannot do this all by themselves. And that's why we need good people in the district committees to get the district to run smoothly, to support the clubs and the Rotarians. Okay, so might be possible to get a Superman or Superwoman to do all of this, but it's really a team effort that is going to make the district hum. Okay, so more things that the district governor does, and you can read through this, is all about the foundation, membership, all about supporting the clubs and seeing what we can do to help the clubs. Okay. So let's go further. So say you've been committee chair, assistant governor, district governor, and now you want to go to bigger and future things. The Rotary Foundation has a board of trustees. They have directors. They have committees as well. And so you could move on to bigger things to help the greater community. Then you have Rotary International. The president is Mark Maloney, and that is a one-year term. And you have the trustee chair, which is Gary Hung, one-year term, and the general secretary, John Huckel. So John actually oversees the staff of 800, and he does not have a term limit, I don't think. But if you remember Ed Futa from Hawaii, who was the general secretary, I think he was there for 12 years. So Ed Futa knows so much about how Rotary International works. Okay, then there's the executive staff. Directors are 2 years, trustees are 4 years, and you have the regional leaders who are 3 years but annually reviewed. Okay, so who are the regional leaders? You've got these regional Rotary Foundation coordinators. You think that Laura had a lot of initials after her name? Look at this one, RRFC. Regional Rotary Foundation Coordinator. Okay, then you have the Rotary Coordinators, you have the Rotary Public Image Coordinators, endowments. So these are leaders that are there to help the leaders of the district and the clubs to get information or to help them with moving things forward in what they want to do. Okay, so then you have the zone. And the zone structure, we are in zone 26 and 27. You may remember that we were 25, 26, but they rezoned it because it depends on the membership of the clubs, how many clubs, so they kind of divide it equally. So there's roughly 535 districts in the Rotary world, and they're organized into zones. And so usually 18 districts to a zone, so there are 34 zones. So we're in 26, 27, and we have districts in Canada, the lower part of Canada, all along the west coast, and then all the way to Texas, Colorado, Miami, not Miami, Montana, and Wyoming. So that is our zone. So when you go to Zone Institute, you'll see people from all of these different districts. Hey, Benson, you want to talk about Zone Institute and what you liked about it? It's pretty awesome, yeah?
Yeah, it's great. I went to it twice, and so I think I think if you want a chance to connect with the leadership of Rotary International, it's astounding that the people at that level that have made the commitment to to be there to manage at a level beyond just their district. And then it helps you actually to piece things together because, Rotary is so gigantic, it's so widespread that when you actually get to talk to some of the people that are within your zone and in different districts, those are really, really valuable contacts, especially if your thought is to, advance up through the leadership of the district and beyond.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Plus, it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. So Zone Institute in November next year will be in San Diego, and it is open to anyone, so you can register for Zone Institute. So they have breakout sessions and a lot of good speakers, and the networking to talk with other people in districts that have really awesome projects is a really good experience. Here's our zone director, Jarita Solari. I think some of you have met her. She's been to Hawaii many times, but she is the zone director. Okay, so wrapping up, if you are interested in serving on a committee now or in the future, please contact either Mark, Sandy, me, Laura, Nalani. Any of the leaders will be happy to help you. And now I'm going to unmute all of you if you have any okay, if you have any questions, you can ask. Go ahead. Any questions? Okay, no questions?
No questions. Naomi, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. We want to be as transparent. We want to be able to show you what we have available, because sometimes you don't know what's available on the district level, and you might know you might know of someone who has skills that could really help us, and maybe it's their passion to be on the youth service team. We want to make sure that we're fulfilling their dreams, their requirements, and make this a win-win situation where they're getting something out of Rotary, and we're using their taking advantage of their vocational or skills as well.
Yeah.
And this is
Okay.
Laura. I just want to offer, if there are any of you out there who are interested in becoming district governor or applying for district governor, but would like a little bit more information about what it really means and the good points and there's no bad points, the good points of doing it, just give me a call. I would love to get together with you and talk with you about it. Before November 1st, hopefully. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Laura, you might need volunteers. So you have positions too on the 2020 convention team?
Oh, well, there's always lots and lots of positions available for the 2020 volunteer team, but we're looking for a couple of area leaders still. One of those is in the overall events, coordinating the people under them just to make sure everything's happening. So the event that's going to be happening at the Shell is looking for a leader. And the cruises, we're looking for a volunteer leader. They all have leaders to put the events together. We're just looking for people to coordinate the volunteers. So we need people in all of those areas. So feel free to give us a shout and talk to the people that are already there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, get right in the midst of all of that action. How exciting. Okay. Yes.
Thank you very much for this
you
webinar. It's very informative. Thank you.
Oh, thank
I
you.
know it's
Thank
a lot
you.
of work, so thank you.
It's a team effort, and so thank you, everyone.
Okay. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah. Hi.